everyone. I hope you're having a great day. Today we are going to continue learning about scale drawings, and we are going to find the actual area given a scale. So what that basically means is just what it says. You have to find the actual area. And it kind of, the title of this actually kind of gives you a little bit of a hint about what you need to do. So the first thing you need to do first is find the actual measurements. And then the second thing you need to do is find the area. So you're going to take your model, find the actual dimensions, the length and the width, and then take those actual measurements and find the area. Okay, so I've got a couple of examples for you to try along with me. I am going to post a blank copy of these two problems as well as the completed notes that I'm doing in this video. Okay, so question number 1, a scale drawing of a rectangular room is 5 inches by 3 inches. If 1 inch on this scale drawing represents 3 feet in the actual room, what is the area of the actual room? So first and foremost, what we need to do is actually draw the model of the rectangular room. So I'm going to go ahead and just sketch out a little rectangle. It's a rectangular room. It's 5 inches by 3 inches. So I've got 5 inches, 3 inches. And the other thing that I pulled from this is we have 1 inch represents 3 inch. So we know that our scale is, remember, it's the drawing over the actual. So our scale is 1 inch over 3 feet. And this is what we're going to use to find our lengths. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to do the length or the 5 inches. Okay, whenever you're finding a scale, you're always going to take what you're given. So let me just, here's our length. We're going to have 1 inch over 3 feet, and we're going to set up a proportional relationship. Okay, the 5 inches, that is the drawing, so that is going to go in the numerator. So we're going to put 5 feet here, and then we're going to take a look at what our jump is. What is our jump from 1 inch? Nope, not 5 feet. Ooh, you see what I just did there? Let me erase that. 1 inch. Sorry about that. So what is 1 inch to 5 inches? Well, we times by 5. So whatever we do to the top, we're going to do to the bottom. 3 times 5 is going to give us 15 feet. Okay, so we know that the length, or L, is 15 feet. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a look at the width. And the width is 3 inches. Once again, I'm going to take our scale, 1 inch over 3 feet, and make a proportion. Okay, the 3 inches, that is a drawing. That's not an actual room size. That'd be kind of small if that was a room size. So the 3 inches is the drawing. That's going to go into the numerator. So we're going to plug that in, 3 inches. And once again, we're going to take a look. What is our jump from 1 inch to 3 inch? Well, times 3. So whatever we do to the numerator, we are going to also do to the denominator. And 3 times 3 is going to give us 9 feet. Okay, so now we know that the W, or the width, is 9 feet. Okay, now we're looking at a rectangular shape. And to find the area of a rectangular shape, we know that area equals length times width. So we are going to take the actual measurements. So we found the actual measurements here, and now we're going to find the area. So we're going to take and we're going to replace A equals 15 times 9, and I'm just going to grab my calculator, and what do we have? 15 times 9, and that gets us an area of 135 feet squared. Okay, it is. It does need to be squared because it is two-dimensional. The way that I remember this is Dave or Dav, whichever. There's no E on there. So it's distance is to the first power, area is to the second power, and volume is to the third power. We are talking about area, so we are going to use it to the second power. So the actual area of this rectangular room is going to be 135 feet squared. All right, so we're going to go on to our next problem. Okay. A scale drawing for a construction project uses a scale of 1 inch to 4 feet. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to circle this or box this in because that is extremely important for what we need to do. The dimensions of the rectangular family room on the scale drawing are 7.5 inches by 12 inches. What will the actual area of the floor of the family room be after the construction project is complete? Okay, so once again, we are going to make a model. I'm going to draw out a little picture to represent so I can kind of get a visual of what I'm looking at. So if I take a look, here is the family room, and the dimensions are 7.5 and 12 inches, or 7.5 and 12. So obviously the longer side, this is going to be 12 inches, okay, and then the shorter is going to be 7.5. It doesn't have to be, the picture doesn't have to be exact. It's just, you're kind of just getting the information down. Obviously this is not exactly, you know, proportional to what the numbers are, but go based off of what the numbers are. I see 7.5 in fractions. It's a mixed number. Because I like personally decimals better, and I can change 7.5 into a decimal. I am actually going to use 7.5 inches. It's a matter of personal preference. If you guys want to stick with fractions, you can. If you want to change it to a decimal, go for it. Okay, so the first thing again, once again, first thing is we're going to find actual measures or actual measurements, and then the second thing is then to find the area. Okay, and the reason why you don't want to find the area of the scale or the scale drawing and then find it is because it's not the same proportion, because you're multiplying different numbers, and then you're going from one-dimensional to two-dimensional. And I can show you guys a video. I'll set up a video of an example of finding the area of the drawing and then changing it versus how we're doing it. I can do that for you guys later. All right, so we're going to take a look at the length first. I always consider the length the longest side. So we're going to do length. Okay, always, we're going to take our scale, 1 inch to 4 feet. Remember, it's drawing over the actual, and I'm even going to write a D over A for us. 1 inch is the drawing, 4 feet is the actual. Set up that proportion again. This 12 inches, that is the drawing, so that is going to go into the numerator. Okay, and we've got to look, what's our jump? 1 inch to 12 inches. We're going to times by 12. Whatever we do to the top, we're going to do to the bottom. Okay, and 4 times 12 is going to give us 48 feet. So that we know our length is 48 feet. And now we're going to take a look at the width. So now we're going to look here. Our width, once again, guys, drawing over actual. Put that scale right in. You always have to base everything off of the scale. So we've got 1 inch over 4 feet. And here we're going to look at the width as 7.5. That's 7.5 or 7.5 is going to go up top. What's going to be our jump from 1 inch to 7.5? Well, times 7.5. Whatever we do to the numerator, we're going to do to the denominator as well. I'm going to focus this a little bit better for you guys. There we go. Okay, we're going to jump times 7.5. I'm going to check my calculator. Let's see, 4 times 7.5 is going to give us 30 feet. So now I know that my width is going to be 30 feet. Now that I have my actual length, my actual width, I am now going to find the area. Area formula for a rectangle is length times width, and I'm going to go ahead and plug in the L and the W. So I have A equals 48 times 30. Okay, let's see what my calculator says. 30 times 48, 1,440 feet squared. We're going to remember Dave, Dav, whatever you want to call it. Distance, area, and volume. We're talking about area, so we are going to square it. So our final answer is going to be 1,440 feet squared. All right. So here's 2 examples, one with whole number or integers, one with fractions or decimals. Use a calculator, show your work, make sure that you find the actual length, the actual width first, and then take those numbers and find the area. Okay? After this video, go on to Schoology. You're going to have 2 questions. Find the actual area given the scale. You guys have 2 questions. I'm going to give you guys 2 attempts. I will take the highest of the 2 attempts. All right, guys, have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow.